Shalom, shalom. All right. Yahweh, Bahashim. Okay, Yahweh Shai, Barakatah, Yahweh. All right. Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. Okay. Shout out to the Akim who are preaching this word with sincerity and in truth. All right. And with all respect to the elders of Great Millstone, I'm doing this video out of respect. This is brother Azariah, all right, in the camp in Augusta, Georgia, all right. And I'm doing this video out of respect for the brother Malcolm in Chicago here. You know, this brother's been bringing out a lot of truth for a number of years, and he's right on the mark with this video, all right. Pay attention, brothers, and listen up. We in for some hard times in Jacob's trouble.
No honors unto the apostles and the elders. Salutation to all of my fellow laborers who do this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so, now more so than ever. This is your brother Malcolm from the branch of GMS here in Chicago. And it's just a quick impromptu. Just had a lot on my mind, you know, so many things going on in the world. I kind of got caught in travel, so, you know, I don't have my Bible on me, I don't have my sword on me. You know, so I'm just going to try to quote scriptures. You know, I'm going to quote a couple scriptures and some of the things that I'm witnessing. But one of the biggest things that's really going here in America right now is this vibration of women over men. Almost every movie, every television show, they got heroines. You got women that are mightier than men, defeating men in combat, beating them, you know, and it's just, the demasculation of the man is just so, you know, and they love it here in Babylon. I was watching that show, Into the Badlands. One of the, you know, some of the toughest characters are women. You know, these women are, you know, are defeating multiple men at one time, and, you know, and it's just like, and that juice, that Queen of Heaven, Babylonian juice is just, everybody's drinking it here in America, man, except those of the elect, man, that know better. Okay, what's another, all the, you know, the superhero movies with the Avengers. Now, you know, in the comic books, there's been female superheroes, you know, because I used to read those, you know, a lot of I never really got into DC comics that much. But I was heavy into Marvel as, you know, as a young man, as a child and a teenager. You know, I was really good at art. I used to draw a lot of that stuff, you know, like whole scenes. But I never remember drawing, you know, scenes. My walls in my bedroom when I was a teenager were covered with art, you know, art like, you know, different, like Conan and battle scenes. And I remember drawing a bunch of Conan images with him saving, you know, a woman, him fighting off a bunch of men or some beast to save a woman. Never the other way around, man, because that's backwards. You know, that's, you know, Isaiah 3:12, when it says that the woman, you know, roughly paraphrased, will get up high above thee, and children shall be thy oppressors. And that's exactly what's going on, man. Women are high above thee, and children are your oppressors, because, you know, a lot of men get hit with that child support thing, man. Or you know, a lot of parents are in a position where you can't even discipline your children anymore. I've seen and heard stories where children turn their parents in for disciplining them, you know? And I came up in the era when I was in grade school, we still had corporal punishment, man. You know, you got hit with a ruler, you know, when you got out of line. You know, you had to hold out your hand and get hit on your hand. You know, and a lot of the parents gave the teachers permission to put their children in check, man. And guess what? The behavior was a lot different back then. But now these kids are so out of order, man. You know, fight teachers, jumping teachers. You know, then you got all these female teachers having sex with children, and all the ones that's been happening to as of lately over these last like 10 years or so. On a regular basis, it's been probably about 90+% women. You know? Why? Because women in the workplace. And who was behind that? Esau, Edom. What were they doing? Uplifting the woman. You know, one of the Rockefellers laughed about that. You know, he said they were behind that push to put women in a workplace so they could actually just gather more taxes, man. And look what it did to the American family soon after. Divorce rates went through the roof, man. Because that's what happens when a woman gets put over the man. All right? You know? So in Psalm 72, it talks about the children being saved. Who are they being saved by? They're being saved by the men. Hey, even when you look at it carnally, as far as all these wars that took place here in America, man, there was no battles in America that were won by women, you know, or any other country that I can think of. You know, I can't think of any country on the face of this earth where women went out to battle and saved their people, you know, or went out and conquered the land and you know, acquired it for their people. You know, none of the battles in the Bible, there weren't armies of women fighting, but yet, you know, you got these Wakanda chicks leading the men with bald heads, women with bald heads and spears in the front of men. You know, and there was a scene in that Avengers movie where all the heroines get together and, you know, and the women, oh man, boy, I tell you, you know, that's backwards, that's wrong. According to the book of Peter 3 and 7, it clearly tells you that the woman is the weaker vessel. All right, the woman is the weaker vessel, and just look at statistically the divorces and just look at family court, you know, around the country, man. This is what happened when you have women in leadership. Now you got women all in politics, and all it does is just bring issues and trouble, man. No matter what it is, in the workplace, in the military. Now all of a sudden they're spending millions on sexual issues that wouldn't exist if the woman simply wasn't there. She doesn't have a role to be there. The woman has a role. And this is not a rant against women. It's a rant against women above men, because that's ungodly. That's not how the Lord set it up, man. You know? I want a woman that's just going to be feminine and be a woman, man. I don't want some old masculine woman, man. I don't. And I don't think the average guy, well, maybe not anymore, because the average guy is wicked as hell. But you know, that was pretty much it. You know, that was just heavy on my mind, and I just wanted to get that off. You know, so with that, you know, I hope this edifying call Allah Yahweh Bashem Shai Bashem and Shalom.